All right, so today we're going to talk about a really cool Japanese concept that might just be the secret to a more fulfilling life. But here's the kicker. We're going to see how this idea from Japan actually has these deep, surprising roots in Indian philosophy. So let's just dive right in. Okay, let's start with a big one. And I mean a really big one. What is your reason for being? What's that thing that actually gets you out of bed in the morning, feeling energized and purposeful? It's a tough question, for sure. Well, the Japanese have this absolutely beautiful word for this exact idea, Ikigai. It pretty much translates to a reason for being. And look, it's not just some goal you chase. It's more like that feeling of flow, right? That perfect sweet spot where everything you do just feels meaningful, joyful, and completely in sync with who you are. So the big question is, how do you find this Ikigai? Well, it's not some big mystical secret you'll be happy to know. It's actually a super practical framework. Think of it like a map made up of 4 circles that all overlap. And to find that magic spot in the middle, we've got to explore each one. All right, circle number 1. This is really the heart of it all. What do you truly, genuinely love? I mean, think about it. What are those things you do that just make you completely lose track of time? The stuff you do just for the fun of it, even if nobody was paying you or watching. That's your internal fire, right? That's your passion. Okay, next up, we've got the second circle. What are you good at? And this is all about your unique skills, your talents. These could be things you spent years learning, or maybe they're just things that you're naturally good at, right? It's all about taking a real, honest look at where your strengths are. Now, the third circle, this one takes us outside of ourselves a little bit. It asks, what does the world need? And hey, this doesn't have to be some huge, grand thing like solving world hunger. It could be something your family needs, or maybe your local community, or even just your specific industry. It's really about finding a problem, big or small, that you genuinely care about and feel like you can help with. And finally, we get to the fourth circle, which brings in a healthy dose of reality. What can you get paid for? I mean, let's be real. This is about creating a life you can actually sustain. It's like the practical engine that lets you keep doing all that stuff you love and are good at. The real question is, can you turn your purpose into a job or a business that actually pays the bills? So this is it. This is the whole shebang. Your Ikigai isn't hiding in just one of these circles. Nope. It's right there in the middle, that sweet spot where all 4 of them overlap. When what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for all come together, boom, that's it. That's where you find that real, deep sense of fulfillment. Okay, now this is where things get really, really interesting. Because this entire Japanese framework, it lines up almost perfectly with ancient Indian wisdom. So this isn't some foreign concept we have to, try to adopt. It's more like a cultural bridge to ideas that have been right here in Indian philosophy for centuries. I mean, check this out. The parallels are they're striking. What you love, that's basically your dharma, your natural calling. What you're good at, that lines up with your guna, those innate qualities and talents you're born with. That idea of what the world needs, that's the heart of seva, right? Service to society. And what you can be paid for, that's artha, a super important part of a balanced life. When you look at it like this, Ikigai suddenly feels incredibly familiar, doesn't it? But look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. Not at all. We can actually see this powerful blend of concepts playing out all around us in everyday Indian life. So let's bring this down to earth and look at a few real-world examples. Okay, first up, picture a doctor. She has this deep, driving love for healing. That's her dharma. She spent years honing her medical knowledge, so she's incredibly skilled. That's her guna. Every single day, she's serving the urgent needs of her patients. That's pure seva. And, of course, she earns a good livelihood doing it. That's her artha. You see, her profession isn't just a job. It's a perfect alignment of all 4 circles. Now that is a life of Ikigai. Or how about a classical dancer? His absolute love for the art form, that's his passion. His incredible talent and discipline, those are his skills. And when he performs, think about it, he's doing so much more than just dancing. He's basically a guardian of culture, serving his community by keeping an ancient tradition alive. And then, by teaching his craft to others, he supports himself. He's found his Ikigai right there, in movement and heritage. And listen, Ikigai isn't just for these big, lofty professions. Not at all. Think about a homemaker, someone who just loves nurturing her family and happens to be a fantastic cook. She notices her busy neighbors are struggling to get healthy, home-cooked meals. So what does she do? She starts a tiffin service. Just like that, she's using her passion and her skills to serve her community, and she's creating her own livelihood while she's at it. Now that is Ikigai in powerful everyday action. So, as we start to wrap this up, the spotlight really turns from these examples back to you. The question now is, how can you start to find where your own four circles meet? And I really want to leave you with this thought because I think it just sums everything up perfectly. Ikigai isn't something foreign we need to import. It's already woven into our cultural DNA, a blend of our personal dharma, guna, seva, and artha, just waiting for us to uncover it. And that, of course, brings us right back to the ultimate question. So I want you to really take a moment. Look at these four areas in your own life. Just think about where they might connect, where they might overlap. Because the answer to that one question, where do your four circles meet? That's where you're going to find your own unique path to purpose.